James Lynch here for Ozune. So happy to be chatting with UFC bantamweight Adrian Yanez. He's got a big fight coming up here. UFC Seattle, Ricky Simone. This is going to be a good one. March 28th. Adrian, how you doing, man?
Man, I'm doing great, man. I'm super excited. I got to fight, uh, and it's fairly soon, so I'm pretty excited about that.
I like how you said I got to fight, and then you kind of hesitated because obviously last time it's unfortunate what happened with Quinones. You were supposed to fight him late last year. Fight doesn't end up happening. The good news is Ricky Simone's a vet and a guy that does typically show up for fights and all that. So you got to be feeling pretty good about the matchup and the whole situation there.
Oh yeah, no, Ricky Simone's gonna show up. He's not scared. He does everything by the book. So for me, I'm pretty excited. Again, I'm still a little traumatized.
Yeah, no,
Still
no,
a
I
little
get it, I get it,
traumatized.
and that was not shade on Ricky whatsoever. Just to clarify, obviously Ricky's a great guy. I just meant like what happened last time with
Oh
weird
yeah, no.
circumstances and all that. So I imagine though this was the earliest you could get a fight, just with everything falling through. Like what happened? Because obviously for people who don't know, your opponent sort of fell out at the last minute. They couldn't find a replacement. What? Take me through sort of after that. You trying to get another fight?
Yeah, after that, I thought we were gonna rebook and so we're trying to get that fight rebooked like at a later date, and then like I kind of it just kind of felt like everybody went radio silent, and I was just like, okay, kind of letting things kind of just pass. And then I thought I would have been a shoe in for UFC Houston, but yeah, I never got the call for that either. But I kept asking, kept calling, trying to see when I'd be able to go, and then finally, like, uh, I stopped asking for a couple. I stopped annoying them for a couple of weeks, and then I get a text message being like, "Hey, you want Ricky?" I'm like, "Yeah, okay, let's go."
Good stuff.
That was so it was like I was like, "Okay, cool." Maybe they were just telling me no because I just wouldn't shut up.
Yeah. Okay. Well, fair enough. So I imagine Ricky was sort of the only name on your desk, or were there any other opponents in the mix? Like you mentioned, trying to rebook the Canonis fight. Were there any other names floating out there, or was it just Ricky?
Nah, it was like Ricky literally just came the day when Moreno and Kavanaugh
Oh,
fought.
okay. Yeah.
Like
Yeah. A couple weeks ago.
that's whenever that fight all came through fruition. It was literally less than a month ago, So yeah, like there was no names, no nothing. There was somebody put out a rumor, and I sent that to my manager. I was like, well, I'm cool with it if you want, if this is actually like a real thing. And he was like, it's not, but I'll I'll toss it out there. So I was like, okay. But no, after that, like the only name I got received was Ricky
Ricky Simone.
Simone. That was like not like like a week ago.
Yeah.
So
Okay. Well, there you go. Put pen to paper there. What rumor was out there, or was the Ricky fight was the
I
rumor?
no, it wasn't the Ricky fight was a rumor. It was like Arky Lang like in Mexico City for some
Oh,
reason. I'm
okay.
like,
Gotcha.
yeah, I was like,
Gotcha.
yeah, I was like, but it was like I was like, no, there's like no one's ever approached me about this, but I sent the screenshot to my manager, like, hey, like, what's up with this? Or is there something y'all are not telling me? What's going on?
Yeah. No,
But
it's
yeah,
become like
that's
an
what it was.
epidemic in the industry now. And you know this too, where it's like there's so many accounts now that just make up fights. Like there was a report yesterday that Aljamain Sterling and Yair Rodriguez is happening. And then literally like an hour later, it's like, oh yeah, he's fighting Eustace Alal. Like, I don't know. These accounts, I think they do it for engagement or whatever, but there's very few people that have like legit sources. I mean, you know this, right? Like there's like
Oh
Marcel and
yeah.
your guy, guys like that
Yeah.
really do a good job, Ariel, that check their sources and make sure the fight's actually legit, right? And they look at both sides. Because I think a lot of these guys will maybe look at one side or put pieces together. It's not usually happening. So,
Oh yeah, no, it's crazy. Like all the stuff that you see, like you'll see like a fight announcement, like oh this they're in talks, and then next you know it's like that doesn't even make sense itself. Like
right.
what are we doing here? Like what's going on?
Yeah, no, I agree. I agree. Well, yeah, this is real news, as they say. You and Ricky Simone, it's going to be a good one. 22-7 record. What do you know about him? How do you feel like you match up against him here?
Man, he's actually stood across from one of my training partners in Cameron Smotherman, on a short notice where Cam took it on like on 3 days notice. Kind of got to see him up close and personal. Like, he kind of confirmed a lot of things that already watching. Because I felt like me and him were gonna cross paths one time in the UFC anyways. So I kind of always had my eye on him. Good guy, cool dude. But yeah, like he's same as always. Like he's a tough, gritty competitor who's not gonna take no for an answer. And honestly, like he hasn't changed since like the day he like mentality wise, like he's still gunning for it and he's still trying to knock people's heads off, or he's trying to take you down and ground and pound you and do everything. So he's really good. He's really explosive too, and he can close distance pretty fast. Uh, but I do see some things that I like it for this matchup, and I know I know he's probably seeing a lot of the same things as well too. But it's gonna be a fun fight for everybody because I know he's not gonna want to take a back step. I don't want to take a back step, so it's gonna be a fun one for the fans.
Yeah, I totally agree. And you guys have never trained together, right? Because I know he's done a bit of training in Vegas. So have you. You guys have never crossed paths.
No, we haven't crossed paths, but like we've been around each other a couple times, and like nothing like it was always like cool, like nothing like we're best friends or anything like that. But it was somebody be like, oh, okay, cool, what's up? Like, how you doing? Like
Mm.
little formal talk here and there, and then kind of go about our ways. He was pretty cool whenever I met him. But yeah,
Okay.
nothing, no training whatsoever.
Who do you think people are going to be cheering for? Because obviously he's the hometown guy, but you're like a fan favorite, man. Like everyone loves watching you fight. So I think you're going to get kind of mixed reaction. I think.
Yeah, it might be a mixed reaction, but again, like for me, like if I'm in Houston, I know nobody's gonna be cheering for the other guy whatsoever,
For sure.
you know, whatsoever. So I'm kind of expecting the same. Like I'm not expecting a cheer, but if I get a cheer, if I hear like boo and I hear like a little yay,
Mhm.
I'll be satisfied. I'll be all right.
Yeah. Okay. Well, yeah, that makes sense. And is this your first time going to Seattle, or have you ever been there before?
Oh no, this will be my first time. So going on the UFC's dime to me, I'm 100% cool with that. Like I'm gonna get to see a nice city. A lot of people have been telling me the city is very beautiful, and I honestly like I can't wait to go just because of the fact like part of like what I like to do is I like to take walks,
Mhm.
and like I like to walk around the city as well too. So like man, like if anybody has some cool things to see in Seattle, like definitely DM me those places, and like if just like cool things to do or like just to see because I've never been on that side of the country. They say it's beautiful, and I just want to sit and confirm.
Yeah. Well, as a Vancouver resident across the border, I can give you a few tips because, yeah, I've been there a bunch of times. Great city. Bruce Lee's grave is actually there. I know last time on the Seattle card, Song Yadong actually went and visited his gravesite, which was kind of cool. So there's a lot of history there in Seattle, which is awesome because Bruce Lee's from there.
Yeah, then I'm gonna have to go check that out. Then
There you
I'm
go.
gonna have to
See,
go check that out. Yeah, I'm gonna do it.
there we go. Let's talk about camp a bit. Business as usual. Who are you mainly working with? Who's helping you get ready for this fight?
Right now I've been at Fortis. I've been going back and forth from Dallas to Houston a lot.
Nice.
Most of my main training is in Dallas though. Coach Safe is just me and Coach Safe just happened to click, and like like again we've clicked, and he's able to bring stuff out of me that the mentality towards fighting, the mentality of a lot of things and how to go about certain things. To me, I just feel myself getting better leaps and bounds, and he's actually I feel like my striking has gotten a lot better. I feel like my grappling has gotten a lot better. Like he's been able to kind of like take the pieces that I've had closing together, and he's like put the glue in between and kind of letting it stick. So a little bit more flow. He's actually rounded out my MMA game out. Like again, because I was good at jujitsu,
Mhm.
I'm good at striking, and I'm like decent at wrestling. But he's been able to kind of just put them all together and just like help me like be a better fighter because again that was the goal, like because again I even whenever I didn't have a fight camp I was still shooting up to Dallas, training, trying to get better, trying to get the most work that I could. And I definitely feel the difference in myself, like difference with like how I'm able to put stuff together. So to me, I feel like I'm the most well-rounded that I've ever been. Like, and I'm mentally stronger in a lot of these areas. I'm not second guessing myself anymore. I'm like all go right now, and I'm again it's a weird feeling because now I'm in this stage where I'm a vet, and he's helping me pull some of that stuff out, and also some of my like mentality whenever I was younger as well too. So like it's the best of both worlds for me. I'm loving this.
I don't think this fight's hitting the scorecards. How do you see this one playing out?
Oh yeah, I see myself. I can see myself knocking him out. Like, but also at the same time, I know he can take a hell of a punch. So for me, I can see it going to the scorecards. But and if he can stand it, then we're going all three. But if he can't, then it's going to be a short night.
You got a couple more fights left in your deal. What's the latest with your contract? Because I was wondering that because obviously you haven't fought in a bit, so I was just curious, like kind of what the deal is with that.
Oh yeah, I had received a new contract whenever I fought Marcos, so this would be the second fight, so I should have like
Oh, a
a
couple more
couple more
left.
fights, a couple more left. So uh yeah, like, and I'm hoping this Paramount deal restructures a lot of
Well, no, but I think you're in good
stuff.
shape though, because it really don't you think too with the new Paramount deal that like they are going more with like entertainment. Like we saw Diego Lopez get that title shot. A lot of people felt like maybe he didn't deserve it, but they're really going with like excitement. You saw Patty get the title opportunity. Like you sort of fit that mold of like one of those guys that I think it'd be pretty hard for the UFC to part ways with you no matter the outcome because you're very entertaining and very fan friendly.
Oh yeah, that's always been my thing is I've always wanted to be known as one of the guys that goes out there. You know, I like again to me I grew up in the I grew up watching like the Barreras, Pacquiao's and all them, you know, and they always fought and they fought tooth and nail every single time. Like so for me watching them, like that's kind of what I wanted to be known for. Is like I'm gonna go out there and put my heart on the line every single time and swing and whenever I swing for the fences, you know. Like cuz I again, like those are the most memorable things, you know. Everybody like there's a whole trilogy based off of how exciting these fights are. And even though those fights were close, like Mickey Ward, Arturo Gatti, they went 3 times, and every single one of them was a fantastic fight that you can still watch to this day and still be like, oh my gosh, like I'll go back and watch like Cain Velasquez JDS like and like those type of exciting fights, you know, those type of fights right there really inspire me and like and honestly I think that's what fans really like. They like somebody who's gonna come forward. They love a blood and guts warrior, you know. So for me, like I'm already I go out there, I try to put it on the line every single time, you know, and try to make it as exciting as I can. So I would hope that the that Paramount would love to keep me around and you know pay me you know keep paying me but you know uh I gotta see where I'm at after this fight.
Yeah, for sure. And how's Fatherhood going? That's another big part of you these days.
Woo!
It's going
Oh
well.
yeah,
How old's your little
that
one now?
my so I have two. I have a 4-year old
Oh, nice.
and a 1-year old and like I think it's 4 months. No. I'm off. Like almost like one and a half.
Okay,
I believe, yeah.
nice.
So, yeah, it's been a great it's been great. I've been loving it. Like, I had a boy, like, my 4-year-old's a boy, and I pick up a little things here and there where he's just, like, wanting to be and start doing a lot of things that I do. Like, I was holding mitts for one of my training partners, and he put on my gloves. He wanted next, and, like, that to me was just the coolest thing in the world. I don't want him to fight, not by any means,
Mhm.
but but I just thought it was cool because he wanted to be like me, and that kind of brought a tear to my because me and my dad. But then my daughter like, oh man, that's a whole different thing. Like my daughter came up to me earlier today because I was in Dallas, and I came back home from Dallas, and then immediately when she saw me, like she wanted to hug me, and like she didn't want to let me go. And I had to go train,
Mhm.
and like I had to let it. She was crying up a storm because I was leaving. Oh man, I I'm just happy that I'm able to like be there to affect them the way that I have, and you know, and be and like and then be able to like see me in this like because a lot of times like it's not it's hard it's definitely hard, especially with me having to travel, like going back and forth between Dallas and Houston like every single week and like not being able to see them for like half the week, you know. So it's been rough on both sides, but the fact that I'm still able to have that type of connection with them, even though I'm not there half the time, is to me is a wonderful thing. It feels like I'm doing a great job.
Yeah,
Like when
you are, man, and you know you're doing it all, making time for interviews, and you got this fight coming up, Adrian. So awesome job. Looking forward to it, man. This is gonna be a great fight. Don't sleep on this one. UFC Seattle. This man and Ricky Simone. If there's anyone you want to thank before we get out of here, any sponsors, any social media you want to mention, I'll give you the last word.
Oh man, first and foremost, I just want to thank you, Mr. James Lynch, because you again, I will always say this. You've interviewed me since I was back in Legacy.
Yeah,
So for me, I'm very happy and like I'll never turn down a James Lynch interview in
thank you.
my life. Like never. Just because like you gave fighters like me a platform even before we even hit the big stage. So for me, like, I'm super grateful. And also thank you to EdCap, thank you Iridium, helping me out. Coach Safe, like, I have like the utmost respect for him. So for me, my team back in Dallas and also my team down here in Houston, I'm just blessed to be surrounded by the people I am and also my family as well too.